What do I still have to do? Harlem disappoints me with its severe lack of hemp yet again. Also disappoints me by being under siege when it holds all my money, so I'll be having that back, thanks. Also, the housing occupancy is going up, disappointing me further. Which means I need to fill this place out, or else the AI is going to build buildings, even though I really don't want them to. So that's a problem. But yeah, why is hemp such a problem? Nevsted should be producing plenty of hemp. But the truth is it's not enough. My demand for hemp across the whole place is extremely high. So what I need to do is find a town that I said is going to produce loads of hemp. And if I look at it, Nimwegen is 100, Bremen is 100, and Nevsted is only 19. So I need to... Hold on, Nimwegen. Nobody really does anything in Nimwegen. I might benefit from serving this place really well. Ooh, I've just had a great idea. Nimwegen can bring its hemp over to Haarlem, which is its nearest place anyway, and then Haarlem can have it brought back as part of the regular cycles. Not even regular cycles, just whatever. But that means Nimwegen needs supplied with a lot of goodies. Nimwegen needs what? Okay, I'm going to set up something special here. River cog, and I'm going to have supply Nimwegen. No fancy names, that's all it's getting. You could actually do with a fairly high capacity, given where you're going. Where are my river cogs at? 5,000 should be plenty. You're going to go from Aalborg to Nimwegen. Pretty sweet deal. Now. I'm going to assume you're a population of 10,000 on my fluid calculations here. It's a 9-day trip, so this works out pretty well. And I'm going to give you everything you need according to a specific. Unload everything and load from here by my command. Also, why is metal goods at the top? I didn't like the ordering there one bit. There we go. So yes, unload everything in Aalborg and then load. Just gonna do this one by ear then. 100 and what is Aalborg? Oh, okay, it's only gonna produce hemp, so it doesn't need raw materials. That's good to know. 150 of you. 280, well, okay, 300 of you. I have a little calculation for what their total demand is going to be for 10,000 people in 10 days, so this is okay. You can take a fair chunk of grain, heavens knows what they're going to need from that. 150 hemp, but they won't need any hemp because they produce the stuff. Wool, 120 or so. Then there's raw metal. Honey. Salt, metal goods, and hemp. Let me do a quick calculation here. Equals sum you to you. Okay, so I only need 3 of these. That's good to know, at least for now. I'll need more in the future. In any case, they still want some mead. They will, of course, want cloth. Not a lot of it, mind. They want beer. Everybody wants my bloomin' beer. Stockfish, of course. Clothing, if I have it. I doubt I will, but I'll only pick it up from this from Aalborg if we're overflowing with the stuff anyway, as in we have enough. They're going to want pitch as well. They're going to want some pelts, which is equal to meat. And they're not fussy, they don't need a lot of wine or spices. That seems pretty good. And then in Nimwegen, they unload everything. And then they pick up everything. And they come back. So this is going to be a balancing act for Nimwegen. Also, as I decided, I only need 3 of them. And this is supply Nimwegen. Now I really don't need 2 fleets doing it. I would like to get a second one that does supply Nimwegen. But since river cogs I don't have a ton of, we'll keep it as it is for now. I will, however, save supply Nimwegen. Nimwegen. And I'm going to make another convoy. Supply Cologne. And I hope I have 3 of these river cogs still. Of course I do. I'm well prepared. And I'm also going to load the supply Nimwegen. There must be some Dutchman watching right now, wishing I would stop attempting to say Nimwegen. And we're going to add Cologne to this. Cologne is going to do exactly the same as Nimwegen did, except we're also going to just delete Nimwegen. So it's the same thing, except you're supplying Cologne instead. Cologne will have the same demands, and Cologne is going to supply me with, if I look at my need production thing, honey, which is even better. It also doesn't need any raw materials, so they're just going to have a base demand for all goods. Great, so both of them are going to supply Cologne and Nimwegen. The downside is they are not going to supply them with any brick to build things up, but it's not like I have any spare brick anyway. Wood, out the door with. Brick, not so much. Wool for Aalborg, Blackstaff campaign. I actually want you to get that Carvel. But you're kind of busy, I see, so let's just abort that for now. Keep you in there. Throw the Carvel on board, get rid of the cog, and tell you to get back to work. And then you can repair that cog, because who cares about it? Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty damn good even. We still have a major problem of lack of hemp. So I need to build up Bremen or Nimwegen with that in mind. Bremen would be the easier one to build up. It's not on the coast. I can supply this with wildcard Thagnus a lot easier. But I still lack the clay, and that is why I need Stettin built up. Thankfully Stettin is building up. So I'm happy enough with that. Stettin builds up, I get all my clay. Everybody... That's fine. Still need my master builder though. I saw that. And Rome 2 also saw it. Sweet, free flotsam, especially when it includes spices.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Whew, yes you do. Alright, down you go. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I have all this honey coming in. Do I actually have people dispersing honey for me? EFGH. After all my guards. Hemp, honey. Yeah, I do have honey being dispersed. So could it be that I actually have too much honey? I probably do. I have to ask myself who is producing honey. I mean, wow, Malmö is in recession? Oh, of course, they're under attack. Nonetheless, though, Malmö does produce quite a bit of honey, and I don't really need much honey. I don't have the iron for smithing. Who should be smithing but isn't? Okay, well I killed a lot of Helsinki's production when I killed its people. This is true and undeniable, but I'm sure I had somewhere else smelting. Pretty heavily at that. Because I think a lot of my smiths are now underperforming due to lack of metal. Nevsted? Nevsted used to smelt. Now they bring me hemp. So I should probably consider who I want to bring me the metal right now. Metal is meant to be from Bruges and Helsinki, with Danzig and Nevsted bringing up the slack. Trouble is Bruges. I haven't done anything with Bruges whatsoever, especially not build it up. But my money is certainly building up. I have the privileges here, and they are building that wall I've been demanding. Of course, I don't have any fleet to bring back any of that metal yet, but I will. Point is though, I mean, I could build a whole bunch of houses here. So I do. Anything else for you guys? Nope, you're happy there. That's a good number of houses as well. And the rest of the stuff can go into my delicious smelting industry, which will take a while to really take off. But I like to think I have the pieces in place for it. And that's very much my approach to this. Build for the future, don't build for the now. Whatever situation you find yourself in now, you will find a way to deal with. If you build for the future though, you're going to have an easier time then. Which is not in any way how I normally approach things. My normal approach is that's future Jake's problem. And whenever I become future Jake, yeah, I sure hate past Jake for the trouble he gets me into. But I know I would have done the same. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's pretty much all the smelting I need. But Bremen is going to be 100% metal, so I got no problem just building up tons of the stuff. And I know what Bjorn would say to this. Okay, that's good. And with that, I can even go to Bremen and mark it off as yellow. Bremen, yellow. I mean, I would probably also benefit from having somebody come and collect this metal when I actually produce some of it. But damn, do I need brick, and I need a ton of brick. There are lots of things I need, let's be brutally honest here. But the best way to look at it is to see what I'm overflowing with and maybe cut down on production of that in favor of something else. Like my honey, but Malma, well, I can't build anything in Malma, so never mind that. You're building in Bruges, not Bremen, Jake. Well, isn't that funny? Bruges had all the smelters, right? Well, that's good, because I meant Bruges, not Bremen. So, mind you, I also colored Bremen in yellow there. There we go, we're fine. Don't worry, I was wrong on every account, but everything worked out fine.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. I like that they're thanking me. That shows good spirit. Lack of iron is having a knock-on effect of lack of metal goods. Can't wait to have more metal. Is that my expeditionaries back? I think it is. At least a couple of them. Once they're all back, I'll deal with them a bit better. Rostock still keeps growing and growing though. It's like a plague. Slow down. I am left with little choice but to actually fill Rostock to the brim so that it can never, so that I have complete control over everything there. The auto I Love Riga can pick up this goodies. It's okay. Okay, well, as long as other places aren't building right up. I mean, there's Stockholm, but Stockholm is meant to give me mead, and mead is not really much of a concern. Except for the abundance of honey that I have right now. It's nice to have all this money, though. So Königsberg man is still pretty happy. Rostock man is... oh, he's satisfied, is he? Well, let's placate to that. So, yeah, the Bundikun is after us again. Come on, Stettin. You have all these clay pits. I mean, I could probably push the place forward quite a lot. Clothing is selling well. Well, let's have it sell even better. Oh, crap. How am I meant to do this? I could close this off at the very least. Disgusts me, but... I'll probably end up buying and demolishing all of his businesses anyway. Building materials required. Wood and clay. But the clay you will probably, well, I assume, produce and get out there anyway. I need to look for more people. Again, I could kill off my grain farmers, because grain... okay, we used to have a ton of grain. Remember those days? Now we do not have a ton of grain. It's funny the way things keep going back and forth on that. The lesson there is do not mess with your grain supply. But I still need to find some other people to milk. And I guess Rostock is a good one for that. But then I'd have to reduce either grain or the cloth. But the cloth we have a ton of, and Aalborg has none of. That tells me that the cloth deli guy is stopped. And he would be the Rostaal deli cloth man. Yeah, he's not active. We'll get active. It's a 4-day trip, and you make more than you can manage there. So actually I would be happier if you were 2 cogs. That'd be fine, as long as you're active. Nonetheless, I want to abduct these Rostock people, but I don't have a people mover anymore. If I have you, you can still take sailor. No, it needs cannons. Okay. Life was easier with a people mover. I might just bring up some cogs anyway and just build them up so that I have some people moving capabilities. Hulks are nicer, but this'll do. Preferably cogs that are already a little bit upgraded. So I was hearing on YouTube, and believe it or not, I read every single YouTube comment ever made on my videos, that everything seemed really quiet on my videos. Now, do you agree with that sentiment? I mean, they're not meant to be very loud, so I don't really have a problem with it. Right, torque and upgrade all these guys, please. And now let's abduct, but not from here. Let's abduct some Rostockers. But in the end, everybody is Dutch and Finnish, so it makes little odds. That's kind of funny. I actually had these people to hire because there were no jobs for them. Which is bad. I don't want my competitor to be able to build houses for them. Not houses. That's a problem anyway, but I don't want them to be building businesses for them. Even though these are all houses. I don't know if that's what causes them to build buildings. Nonetheless, I should look at Rostock and consider the fact that it's meant to build many things for us, not least of all some grain farms. I want the grain farms to apparently be at 68 here. I should actually do a bit of maths here. If it's at 48, then I need 20 of them, which is 5 of these little 2x2s. And just like, what the hell is that? What is that? A lot of this stuff just makes no sense. There we go. Lost my train of thought though, but it was probably reduce the amount of cloth here. And then we can have all these people go and work in Stettin, right? That's probably right. Housing occupancy is too small in Stettin, but they are working on a new wall, and I don't care too much about that other stuff. Rubbish, 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 and more rubbish. I mean, no one likes me that much for putting these things out, and they start hating me because I'm not doing the stuff that I'm telling them to do. It's not fun. People mover. And do we have any good names for this? Horsey. No, Horsa? Horsey? Man, I don't like your names, Princess Celestia. We'll put Hurricane, since hurricanes displace a lot of people. Makes sense to me. But still, yes, displace we shall, because I need that clay. They're all going to have happy lives working for clay moving. Build that stuff, will ya? I can't be waiting around forever here. Old Slappy is back, which is good. None of these places have built up, which is not good. I am really beginning to think they just don't do it. I did read of a bug for that. Hold that thought. Yeah, I was thinking that there was some awesome sound effects in the game, but no, it's just raining cats and dogs out there. Okay, where was I? Probably displacing people, that's what I like to do. But we're not in any state of emergency here, so I'm just going to abduct people from this place. Oops, too much. Well, I mean, is it ever really too much when we're stealing people? The answer is not really. But if I can turbocharge places like this, then I don't have to worry about them ever again. And Stettin can give me that incredible amounts of clay that I need. Yeah. What they're not doing, though, is building those buildings that I need. And I'm running out of time for completing that assignment. Well, actually, no. No, with this clay that I can only assume they're actually going to give me here, we'll have it done in no time. Just keep giving me the people, Rostock. I'm so glad this mechanic is here. It might seem cheap and cheesy and tedious, but as long as auto clicker is there to watch my back, then we can displace and replace.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that. I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Oh, I'm so unpopular in Danzig that nobody wants to join me. But look at this, there used to be businesses here, and they are getting ravaged. It also helps that the prices are getting so sky high because everything they produce is, well, becoming worthless, really. Oh, it's happy days. And they don't produce food. That's the most beautiful thing. So yes, these places dying is the best thing that could be happening right now. For me, at least. And I will swoop up and consume these cities whole. Could do the same for Ripon if I really wanted to. I mean, Ripon has long bothered me with its autonomy. Currently in upswing, apparently. Oh well, a consideration. Anyway, Rostock Man is wanting me to do more rubbish that I'm never going to do. And Königsberg Man... Again, famine. You know, why would I be doing this? Not to make you happy, that's for sure.
So, that's what you get.
Yeah, they're getting real mad at me and trying to do horrible things to me. But it's too little and it's much too late. Also, Haarlem, once again, so many people here. And such a lack of hemp. But once I get the clay, I can build up the hemp over in Nimwegen or Bremen. Probably, I mean, Bremen is easier, and they are building that wall, right? No, they're not. Bastards, they're building a cathedral. Okay, that's a problem. Places are going to grow beyond my control then. I swear I put so much money into building that wall and they turn around and do a cathedral. Still though, Bremen is a thing, and I'm going to have to deal with this thing. For starters, by building a load of houses, because that's what I do.
I expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first. I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continuous expansion in my city. You are disturbing my business.
Well, my heart bleeds for you. Point is, I need a lot of hemp from this place. What just happened to that? Is that really what hemp farms look like? If you say so, game. Now, I really want 100 hemp farms here in Bremen. I hope I'm actually in Bremen. It would be very funny if I wasn't. No, I recognize the keys straight away. So that means I need 25 of these little 4x4s. Well, that's 1/5 of it. No. No. Phew. Wait, wasn't my point to put in Nimwegen so I could actually move it over? And haven't I trying to supply Nimwegen so that I can actually get that going? Because that would be so very handy. I mean, Nimwegen is actually building a wall. A small wall, and it's really crappy. And the size estimate for Nimwegen is... I'm not sure if there is one. It's 60,000, but I have a feeling I wrote that for lack of a better number. And this is not a city that screams 60,000 to me. But I am giving it very specific supply, which they should be okay with. So there's no good reason that it won't, well, upswing as it's even saying there. I just need to supply the damn place. Yeah. Nimwegen, it kind of makes more sense to have building up. And I am meant to have the hemp here, so... On the grounds that they're actually working on the wall, I'm going to help them out there. Because I'm so nice. Just didn't want to build that. Do 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 da da da. Always be careful of hugging more than one wall when building the 2x2 farms. They are the most picky of all the buildings. Houses are the least picky.